Now to Lebanon, the country I am currently standing in. In the latest, Hezbollah fired 320 plus drones. They attacked an army base just northern Tel Aviv. And after that, everything seems to have de-escalated, but the war is still going on. It's very complicated in Lebanon. And to help further understand the situation, I bring you this exclusive ground report. Take a look. Lebanon's Hezbollah group and the Israeli forces have been trading cross-border fire since October 7 last year. Netanyahu administration was anticipating Hezbollah's revenge strike after it killed its top commander Fuad Shukr last month. In the early hours of August 25, Israeli forces struck Lebanon with 100 jets. The IDF called it a preemptive strike, claiming it was notified that Hezbollah was about to avenge Fuad Shukr's killing. Moments after the Israeli attack, Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah said the group struck 11 Israeli bases with over 300 Katyusha drones. Lebanese group chief said the main target was Israel's key military base near Tel Aviv. Nasrallah called the mission a success.
If
the result is satisfactory and achieves the intended goal, then we consider that the operation in retaliation for the killing of Al-Hajj Mohsin and the targeting of the HIA is done.
On Sunday, IDF said it hit about 30 southern Lebanese towns and villages in its largest attack since October. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned Iran and its axis of resistance that Sunday's strike is not the end of the story. Time and again, Lebanon has dealt with trading deadly fires with the Israeli forces. However, Sunday's strike was one of the deadliest exchange of fires in its history. How did this exchange impact Lebanon? The Israelis said there was a preemptive strike. Nasrallah and Hezbollah denied that. They only said that their targets were hits. In the streets of Lebanon, the news might tell you that there is war, but the way the people are living says otherwise. While the strikes in Lebanon's south are a daily occurrence, WION traveled in the streets of Beirut to gauge the impact of the ongoing tensions at the country's border. Just to find out more about how the Lebanese are carrying on their daily lives, let's ask someone who's sitting in a cafe casually. Are you afraid of the war right now?
Afraid as a normal human being, the sense of fear definitely, but عمليا موضوعيا practically, yeah, I'm living my life like anyone else because it's out of our hands mostly.
At a time when tensions are soaring high in West Asia, an American journalist is back to her Lebanon roots. Rania Kalek tells WION how the fear of war has become a part of people's daily lives.
Today in Beirut, I think the atmosphere has become one of an adjustment and a kind of normalcy to this tit-for-tat between the Israelis and Hezbollah, to the point where people sometimes do fear an escalation, but they've gotten so used to it, it doesn't register here the same way it maybe does in international media or to international audiences. So when Lebanon's in the news because Israel and Hezbollah are hitting each other, when people read about that in the US or in Europe, I think it looks it is scary, but it looks a lot scarier than the way people here might feel, specifically in Beirut. In Lebanon as a country, I mean, it really depends where you live. There's people in this country who don't even think twice about what's happening because they live far away from where the bombings are taking place. I think mostly what people are concerned about is the economic impact. This was the tourist season. People left early because flights were getting canceled. It's these sorts of things that are concerning people more than being frightened about the war escalating, because the war has just become so normal.
Hezbollah says it completed its first phase of its revenge strike. After the deadly exchange, will Hezbollah and Israeli forces put a pause on trading the cross-border fire? Here in the streets of Beirut, people are saying things are a little less worrying after Hezbollah's strike and the Israeli reports about it. Nasrallah's speech was very clear. This is the end of that chapter, but it is not the end of the war.